I'm sorry. Please don't let Nigerian youth not do it.
Thought that it was because we left with the man's phone, that was why they came to apprehend us, and we gave them the phone and the SIM card, only to find out later that time that we thought he was pretending, he was already dead.
It's 1 o'clock. But before that, I jumped through the barbed wire. I jumped through barbed wire to his yard. Then I burst the security door with my blow. Then
We have isolated cases of kidnapping in the Federal Capital Territory. We are aware of that. You even know that at a point, one of our inspectors was attacked, brutally attacked at home, but he was gallant enough to give a fight, and they ran away, but he was injured. In fact, he was cut to the extent that he lost a lot of blood. But we were able to rescue him on time, and he was taken to the hospital, and it's in the news that the IGP personally went to visit him in hospital bed. The Commissioner of Police in charge of Federal Capital Territory has been summoned by the IGP at the time, and there was a serious meeting to see how we can fortify the Federal Capital Territory. We have noticed certain areas in FCC that are porous. We have taken note of certain boundary communities that are porous, and the IGP has taken the bull by the horn to involve the government of Nasarawa State, Kaduna State, Kogi State, and the Federal Capital Territory to have a joint meeting, possibly to have joint operations to tackle these menace of kidnapping in the Federal Capital Territory. You agree with me that the FCT is having a task force comprising all security agencies, that they move around in convoy of large vehicles, and they have been effecting arrests. On a daily basis, they arrest large number of miscreants who are always profiled. For those who have no defense at all, they are charged to court. For those who we know that they have means of livelihood, and after our profiling, they have no case to answer, we always screen them and leave them. But it is important for you to know that everybody wants to live in the Federal Capital Territory. Abuja is turning to Lagos. Everybody just wants to step into the Federal Capital Territory the way we used to have in Abuja. But I think with the new leadership in the Federal Capital Territory, the minister, who is very active about it, who has been talking with the IGP, and with the effort of the IGP and other head of security agencies, is going to be a different game ball entirely. So Abuja is going to be very safe. We can only talk to our people to please don't keep quiet when you see any unusual movement or strange movement, and when you notice strange faces in your communities, talk to the police. We just need to come together to protect our lives and property and to fortify the capital.
My name is Adokole Zachariah Ojonye from Benue State, Otukpo local government. I started working with this Chinese man 2021 as an interior designer, a Mercy iron bender, and Almaco worker. So I started working with him from Asokoro to Kano. Although the way he treated us was very rough and sometimes treated us like a slave, but we had no choice because there was no work. There's no work, you know. That's the only place I feel that I can make enough money, something like that. Because most places I do submit that I'm interior designer, they didn't take me for work. So I was working with this man I worked with this man from Kano to Lagos. Then work with him in Lagos. In Lagos to Ogun State, he came with 2 guns. One was working, 2 Oka mates. One was working, while the other one wasn't working. So we went there. That was 25th 25th August. We went there 25th August to the man's house in Area 2, in Kazari Street, Area 2. So when we went there around 7 p.m., we were there. The man wasn't home because we discovered there was no car in the house. So we waited for him till 1 o'clock. But before that, I jumped through the barbed wire. I jumped through barbed wire to his yard. Then I burst the security door with my blow. Then I pointing the pistol that wasn't working, that he should open his door. Then when he opened his door, I told him to open the gate for the remaining guys, the 2 guys to enter. So he opened the door and those 2 niggas enter the compound. So we were there waiting for him. Why? When we discovered there were 2 guys inside the BQ, so we went there. So when I went there, I discovered it was my friend, one of our staff called Ayola. So I pointed the gun, the local me, I pointed him.
I want to inform you that we have so far arrested 54 suspects by the 2 teams, and of course some of them have been charged to court, where we have some of them here today. Generally, I'm going to roll out the cases concerning those who are standing trial in various courts, while some of them that are going to be paraded here today will still be charged to court as and when due. We have on display today, due to the efforts of our gallant operatives of the Nigerian Police Force in furtherance of the directive of the IGP to mop up illicit arms and ammunition from the society. We have 66 AK-47 rifles recovered so far, pump action 13, locally made revolver 3, locally made SMG 2, English revolver 5, fabricated Beretta pistol 1, single barrel gun 2, altogether 92 different types of arms. We have 146 cartridges and 614 ammunitions of various calibers, giving all the total of 760 cartridges and ammunition of various calibers recovered from these people. Today on display we have 14 vehicles recovered from these criminal elements and some forged documents, 120 magazines, 2 IEDs, improvised explosive devices, 1 suicide belt, as well as cash sums of fake currencies totaling $970,000 fake were also recovered and marked as exhibits for necessary prosecution of these cases. Today I want to start with the case of arrest of notorious bandits / kidnappers. We have 2 suspects here, Abubakar Abdul Kadri, 37-year-old, and Adamu Musa, 47-year-old. Are they here? Maybe they have in chat to court. You agree with us that we have been having issues of banditry and kidnapping in Taraba State. These elements, Abubakar Abdul Kadri and Adamu Musa, were arrested recently by our operatives of IRT. These suspects, they are from Taraba State and they are notorious criminals with a long story of heinous activities. They have been linked to multiple cases of killings, banditry, cattle rustling, and kidnapping, particularly within the Gasol local government area of Taraba State. During these operations carried out by our operatives, remarkable courage and professionalism was exhibited,
As a result of their relentless efforts, they successfully apprehended these dangerous individuals. In this process, equipment, rifles, and dangerous weapons were recovered from them. The second case, arrest of suspected kidnappers involved in Swiss nationals' adoption. The suspect we have here have 5 suspects. Nneka Opara, female, 33-year-old, are they here? They have been charged to court as well, fine. Emu Larry Tudebere, 34, from Ika North East Local Government in Delta State. Babatunde Femi, 30-year-old, from Owode Obafemi Local Government in Ogun State. Williams Banjo Mutayo, 28 years, with roots in Ekpe Local Government, Lagos State. And Samuel Balogun, 22-year-old, from Isaleoja Local Government in Oyo State. These ones have been charged to court. The operative authority executed another highly successful operation, resulting in the apprehension of 5 principal suspects, as mentioned above, connected to the kidnapping of a Swiss national named Diego Tana. This unfortunate incident occurred on 30th of May 2023, when Mr. Tana was abducted and subsequently released after a ransom payment of 2,000 euros. The operative, working with intelligence, arrested them and recovered some of their equipment, weapons, fake documents, fake gold-plated bar, iPhones, and the likes from these suspects. Seizure of counterfeit US dollars. We have 2 suspects here, Abdul Malik Abdurrahman and Umaru Musa. Are they here? They have been charged to court. We charge them to court on time so that we would not run foul of the law as well. We don't like keeping suspects in our cells anymore. So most of them have been charged to court. They are facing trial in various courts across the country. But it's important for us to intimate Nigerians of some of these cases so that we can learn from these cases, and of course to showcase the achievements of the Nigerian police force to make sure we have a safer society in Nigeria. This case on 8th of August 2023, these 2 suspects were arrested in possession of fake cash sum of 970,000 US dollars. The 2 of them reside in the Federal Capital Territory. The arrest was a result of their possession of a whooping sum of this money, United States dollars, which raised suspicion, of course, of counterfeiting. During interrogation, both individuals openly confessed to their involvement in a counterfeit currency scheme. They disclosed that they had acquired the same fake US dollars at the cost of 250 naira each from a supplier based in Lagos. Our operatives are closing in on their supplier as we speak, and very soon we're going to get them apprehended. Another case of arrest of notorious armed robbers. 3 of them, Mohammed Shehu, Samson Lawal, Mutsil Usman. They have been charged to court. Fine. 2 Beretta pistols recovered from them and 7 rounds of loud ammunition. They were apprehended by our operatives in Kano when they had an operation in Kano in June 30, 2023. The suspects, the trial, are facing trial now, and of course during the operation these many equipments were recovered from them, as I've mentioned. These suspects have openly confessed to their involvement in various robberies and revealed details about their gang leader known as Biggie. This group terrorizes Kano metropolis and its environs. We have been able to dismantle this gang, and we are going after the fleeing members of this gang. Another case here from the STS is a case of criminal conspiracy, armed robbery, banditry, and law possession of prohibited firearms. Jabi Nassani and Zayanu Muhammad. Are they here? Court. These ones were able to recover 4 AK-47 rifles from them and 5 AK-47 magazines. 3 fabricated AK-47 rifles. You know, we have said it before now that we are going after those who fabricate these weapons in Nigeria. And I'm sure before now we had arrested 1 or 2 of them, some of them, and we are still going to arrest more of these experts, quote and unquote, who fabricate and produce rifles for these criminal elements. We recovered 17 rounds of AK-47 ammunition from them. On 12th of August 2023, our operatives apprehended these elements who have been causing havoc in Gusau and its neighboring areas in Zamfara State. And you agree with me that with what we've been experiencing in Zamfara, we have channeled our efforts towards this area in the northwest, northeast, and even north central of the country. We are channeling our efforts to make sure we decimate activities of these bandits and criminal elements who cause havoc to our people in these areas. This has led to the operation or the apprehension of Jabi Nassani and Zayanun Mohammed, who are both major suppliers of arms and ammunition to these bandits. So these 2 people who have been charged to court, they are major suppliers of arms and ammunition to bandits in Zamfara State. We are going to get other members who are fleeing, and we call on our people in Zamfara and other parts of these states to please work with the police, share useful intelligence with us so that we can apprehend those who are members of this syndicate. It is important for us to get them apprehended. We have another case of conspiracy, armed robbery, kidnapping, and illegal possession of prohibited firearms and ammunition. Sulaiman Ibrahim, is he here? Known as Chairman Lolo. Where is he? Can you please stand up? This man nickname is Chairman Lolo, 40-year-old. With our series of successful operations on the 27th of September 2023, early hours of 27th September, officers acted strictly based on credible intelligence and arrested Sulaiman Ibrahim, aka Chairman Lolo, aged 40 years, in Rijani village in Kaduna State. During the operation, the police recovered 1 AK-47 rifle bearing a beach number, I don't want to disclose now, 14 rounds of AK-47 ammunition, and a distinctive blue-colored motorcycle they use for operation. The motorcycle is there. You know they always operate on motorbikes in large number. We have been able to arrest this man, which is a special nickname, and of course we are trying our best to make sure that we work with other agencies. We have shared the beach number of this rifle to other agencies to know the origin, the owner, the source of this rifle, so that we can actually return it back to the agency that owns this rifle. We have sent out the breach number to other agencies to confirm, so that we can reconcile our account on this. This is Chairman Lolo. Are you Chairman Lolo? Okay. Chairman Lolo. What's the meaning of Chairman Lolo? Ask him now.
Lolo, Chairman Lolo. It's a native name.
And why the chairman? The chairman too native name?
Yeah, man, chairman too. Wace karamar hukuma? Okay. Sai he was one time
daga gwamnati.
wai ya nika he surrendered to the authority.
He surrendered to the authority or he was arrested?
An kama ka ne ko?
Na zo da kaina ne.
Hmm?
He was arrested when he was coming out.
When he was coming out from the bush, he was arrested. Why are you into this business of kidnapping, armed robbery, and the likes?
Me yasa ka shiga wannan harka ta kama garkuwa da mutane da kuma yin fashi?
Lokacin da aka biyo ni can a karkaran mu. Sai na shigo dajin Rijana. Saboda in samu wurin buya.
Sa abun magana kusa da kanka.
Sai na shiga dajin Rijana domin in samu wurin buya.
Me yasa aka biyo karkashin karkararka?
To faɗa muka yi da sauran ma'aikata irin na
security forces and they make
ba da cikinta.
to me yasa
Da na gana nema na za a kashe ni da na gudu bani da wurin tsayawa sai na fada cikin daji. Sai na kama yin kinafin da korar shanu. Daga nan kuma dai na ga abun bai yi ba sai na yi siranda ga gwamnati.
So he's saying he's into kidnapping, cattle rustling, and the likes. How many operations have you done?
so nawa ka taba kama wani ko ka taba koran abu da
Ai duka ba na yi da yawa ba dai bai fi kamar sau uku sau hudu ba.
He has carried out 4 operations. How much operations you carried out? How much have you got?
mutum nawa ake bada kafin ka sake shi?
Ai ba ni ne leader din ba muna da oga.
nawa ake ba
Oga yana sallaman mu 300 200. Dubu ba.
The first time 300,000. The second one 250.
Akwai 600.
600,000. The third one
500.
500,000. What do you do with the money?
me kake yi da kudin idan ka an baka?
Don muna kashe su ne a nan gadaji.
They spend the bush to do what?
to me din da kake yi abinci kake saye a dajin ne ko ko
Na mu sai abinci, mu sai mai da za mu rinka zirga-zirga da shi.
Which village are you from?
kai dan asalin wani kauye ne?
Ni asali na ƙauyen liman ibada ne.
Neman ibada a wace karamar hukuma?
Ƙauyen Soba.
Which state? So you are one of those disturbing Kaduna people? Anyway, gentlemen of the press, you can see one of those who terrorize Kaduna state people, Chairman Lolo. He is cooling his feet in our 5-star hotel. And very soon, after we conclude our investigation, he will be charged to court accordingly. A similar case is another case of conspiracy, criminal conspiracy and possession of suspected Indian M. I think that's the vehicle there. If you are not intoxicated, the belief is that you cannot even commit any crime. In most cases, we connect misuse and abuse of drugs to commissioning of offenses. We work together with other agencies, particularly the NDLA, to make sure we kick and campaign against misuse and abuse of drugs or trading in illicit drugs. Like this, you have Emmanuel Simon. Is he here with us? Can you please stand up? We recovered a Mercedes-Benz car from him and leave suspected to be Indian M. On 30th of September 2023, we had the operatives of STS Special Tactical Squad executed an operation that led to the apprehension of one Emmanuel Simon. Mr. Simon was found in possession of what appeared to be dried leaf suspected to be Indian M, a substance prohibited by law. He was apprehended at Apo roundabout. precisely at about 12:57 a.m. Additionally, during the arrest, the Mercedes-Benz car with registration number BWR 223CA, in which he loaded the prohibited substances, was also recovered as exhibit. The vehicle is there. This is Mr. Simon. Can you tell us your own name? Use the mic as if you want to perform on stage. Hold on to the mic properly, please. Is that in his off? Now he off him now. No, he's a now sharp man.
Simon.
No, Rasta man, nothing to you, man. No, man. Yes, Simon what?
Emmanuel, sir.
Emmanuel Simon. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Pardon?
23 years.
Where are you from?
Origin.
So yes, origin.
Anambra State, sir.
Anambra State. Where in Anambra?
Oka North.
Oka North. Where are you here with us?
I was caught with Indian hemp.
India M. What are you doing with India M?
I sell it.
You sell it?
Yes, sir.
To people?
Yes, sir.
And you take as well?
No, sir.
For how long have you been in this business?
I just started, sir.
When?
This is the second time. The first one I made was in July.
The first one July?
Yes, sir.
And the second one in September?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know those you sell to?
Sir?
Do you know those you sell these items to?
They are students, sir.
They're students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You sell per wrap or per bag or per load or per what? How do you sell to them?
Per wrap, sir.
Per wraps?
Yes, sir.
So this wrap now in your vehicle, how many people can it serve?
Plenty people, sir.
20 people. Okay. So what's your message to Nigerians, young ones like you, that now that you have been caught? What is your message?
I'm sorry. Please don't let Nigerian youth not do it.
He's sorry and he's telling Nigerian youths not to smoke weed again and not to trade with weed. Thank you. Sit down. Arrest of a serial kidnapper or serial kidnappers. How many of them? 2 serial kidnappers. Syria. Abubakar Abdullahi, Hawa Abdullahi. Hawa Abdullahi, Abubakar Abdullahi. On 12th of September 2023, at about 18:00 hours, upon credible intelligence, operatives of STS arrested one Hawa Abdullahi, male of Garu village in Soba local government, Kaduna State. The suspect was involved in the kidnapping of some students of the Federal Government College, Yauri, in Kebbi State. Upon the arrest, he confessed to have participated in a kidnap of students that happened on the 17th of June 2021, which he did in collaboration with one Kachala Dogogide, male of Dansadao Forest in Zamfara State, who happened to be the gang leader who led about 100 men to the school for the kidnap operation. More than 100 men. During the course of investigation, one Abubakar Abdullahi male of Dukun, Zaria, was arrested, and he equally confessed to have participated in a series of kidnap operations along with Hawa Abdullahi and others. These kidnappers were those responsible for the kidnapping of the Federal Government College students in Yauri in Kebbi State. They are here in our net, and it's to send a message to others like them that no hidden place for any criminal in this country. You can only do it, but you can't go away with it. We will definitely get you. Abdullahi?
Yes.
Can you speak English?
No.
Baturinche? Pamako ya usani sose? to yawa bismillah oya where are you from, which state are you from?
Dan asalin wani karamar hukuma ne?
Zaria.
I'm from Zaria. Since when have you been to this business? Apart from the students you kidnapped, which one have you done again?
Bayan da kuka kama yara 'yan makaranta, sai wane kuma aiki kuka yi? Ka sa abin magana kusa da kai.
Ko da muka kama su.
Are you from the same family?
Lokacin
Abdullahi.
Gidan ku ɗaya?
They are from the same family. How uncle? You be papa brother, be papa sister, be now waiting now.
Kuke da dangantaka ku take?
Kawuna shi kawo yake so.
They say what?
This is uncle.
Uncle to this. So you are from the same family and you are into kidnapping. Okay, tell us, how did you start this business?
Wai ta ya kuka fara wannan aikin?
Gaskiya
Sa abin magana kusa da kai.
ko da muka je ni wannan shi yasa ni zo wurin shi na ce ma ina so.
Wannan ba Allah da kuke gani shi ya zo guri na ranta mashi kuɗi ya tafi can.
Can ina?
Can Zamfara kenan. Yawwa.
Let's talk.
Kuma mun gode ma Allah da Allah ya bayyana mu gurin nan. Allah Ubangiji ya ƙara rufa mana asiri da Allah ya bayyana mu. Yawwa.
What are they said?
So the Nishi came to him and he brought him money. He lent him money to enable him to travel and join the gang in the forest in Zamfara.
On the first day that I submitted my CV to his hotel for the job, he copied my number off my CV and he called me and he told me that he wanted to have he wanted a relationship with me, but because I was working for him, then I used to turn him down. And during the course of the 4 months I worked in the club, every time he came into the club too, he always made advances at me, but I did not turn him down like rudely because he was my boss. And then when the club got shut down, I stopped working. Then later I worked like down at the bar for like a month and a week until I now stopped working by myself. I resigned by myself. So even after I stopped working, he still used to contact me and text me and everything. But anytime I tried to ask him for anything, there was even a time I asked him to help me when I had rent issues. He just ghosted me, and then later, after a while that he knew that everything was already calm and I didn't need the help anymore, he came back and started texting me again. So it happened that like 2 weeks I stayed in my friend's hostel for like 2 weeks because we were having exams. So during that time he still used to text me, so like he even called me one day like that and he said he wanted to see me. So I talked about the man with my friend and I told her that I don't want to have like any sexual relations with him at all. But at that time I was also in need of some money for some personal stuff that I wanted to sort. So that was where the idea of like stealing cash from him, like maybe from his car, because mostly people used to like have cash inside their car in the middle place of their car. So the idea was that like if he agrees to do BDSM with us, BDSM is like the kind of sex where you tie the person's hands and legs. So while his hands and legs are tied, we can like take cash or whatever valuable we can find and live with it. But it turned out that day, even when we went to see him that day, when he asked us to come, we even talked to him about needing jobs, but he told us that he did not have any job available at the time, but with time that he will be able to find something for us. And he also liked my friend that day. He was even like, he was telling my friend that he likes her and he wants to sleep with her and everything. Basically that day he was like that.
Go ahead.
He was proposing that he wanted to like have sex with the both of us. So we now proposed the car sex to him and he agreed, and the BDSM too, he agreed. He was even telling us already from the garden about how he was going to deal with us and everything when we get inside. Although we were not bothered because we knew we were not planning to have sex with him and we just wanted to like his cash and leave. So it now turned out that it started raining. So instead of us going to the car, he now told us to go across to a building that was across the garden where we went to meet him. So when we went inside, we were waiting at the reception, and then he just came and he started going inside. We were following him. Then it turned out that it was a room, like we didn't know that the guest house that was there, maybe he works there or he owns it. So when we went inside the room with him, my friend went inside, she excused herself and went inside the toilet, and I don't die inside the toilet. So while we were inside the toilet, I explained to my friend that his car sex that we wanted to do, this one that he has brought us into the room, what are we now going to do now about it? So she was like, I should be calm. We went back inside with the man, and because he already had eyes and attention for my friend before, he started touching her. Immediately we came out, and he carried her and placed her on the table. He removed his shirt, like he got naked and he got on the bed. Then I got on the bed with him. He allowed my friend tie his hand and tie his leg. He was even the one that raised up his leg for her to tie him. So after she tied his hand and his leg, based on the fact that we were in a room and not in a car, because normally we thought that if we want to have car sex with somebody, it cannot be in a public place that people can easily see or hear. But because it was in a room, so we were already thinking about what we were going to do, like in case like maybe he starts shouting or something. So apart from the two ropes that were used to tie his hand and his leg, there was one other tiny clothes, like all these clothes rope that they used to tie on gown that was tiny. So after my friend tied his leg and his hand, and she placed the rope in his neck, so I had this small cloth I used to tie on my head, like a small handkerchief I used to tie on my head like a scarf. So like after, because my friend already tied his leg and his hand, so my own turn was to like try to put the handkerchief in his mouth so that that small rope I can use it to like close it, so that in case if he wants to shout, he won't be able to shout. But because I panicked and I freaked out, when I put the clothes in his mouth, he removed it and he told me that he did not want it. Then me too, I now took the clothes and I put it in my mouth and I told him that it's because we don't want him to moan too loud, that's why. But he refused. So during after that time that he refused to put the clothes in his mouth, I just like left him because I also panicked. That was why I could not tie the clothes in his mouth. So during the course of me being on the bed and just caressing him and everything, my friend went to the bag. We already had this thing before. We already had retinol in our bag that we were supposed to like give to him so that he will sleep like after, so in case, so that we'll be able to leave. So my friend poured it in her hand, and when she tried to pour it into his mouth, he turned his face away and it didn't enter his mouth. He said he didn't need it to lighten up his mood. So I think at that time she was now getting impatient because it was raining before, and as the rain stopped, everywhere became quiet and like we were running out of time. So that was when she took the phone and she was placing it in front of his face. I was even surprised because before she even picked up the phone, with everything that was going on, he was not suspicious. He did not, like, he was just like willingly doing everything. So I was also like surprised that how come he did not even like think about anything, like he allowed us tie his hand and his leg so easily like that. So when my friend put the phone in his face, he thought we wanted to video him. So it was not like we should not video him, we should not video him. That was when he now pushed me off the bed because I was already sitting like on his leg before. That was when he now pushed me off the bed. So my friend got on him and she put the phone in his face and tried to like unlock the phone with his face, like since he didn't have, because the man is like, he did not have like cash or anything with him that day in his pocket or anything, and we didn't go to his car, so there was nothing else that we could do except if we were able to like get money from his account. So when my friend put the phone in front of his face, that was when he now freaked out and he now started like shouting and everything. I don't know how he managed to lose the rope that was used to tie his hand, and he started hitting my friend. So as he started hitting my friend and he started shouting, she took the pillow and placed it over his face to muffle his screams from shouting. So like during everything, suddenly he just went calm, and like as he went calm, I got down from bed and I asked my friend that like I think this man is pretending because like he wants us to like let our guard down, and he will try to stand up and try to hurt us again. So I kept telling my friend that I think he's pretending to be asleep, that he's pretending to be asleep. So my friend went to the door and she turned the key of the door, pretending like as if we were leaving, and she said he opened one of his eyes. So when she said that, we now went to him and we're now begging him that, okay, please, can you wake up? We are not doing anything to you. Just wake up. We want to go, because we felt he was pretending, but he didn't answer. So that was when I now went outside to the reception, because before we entered inside with him, he gave us alcohol to drink, even though he didn't take any. We asked him why he did not take any. He said he does not need alcohol to get in the mood, that we should just drink the alcohol because he was going to deal with us tonight, like sexual talk and everything. He even touched my friend's breast while we were in the garden there, outside in the open space there.
At the end of the day, you discovered that he was dead.
We did not discover he was dead until when the police apprehended us. Me, I already went home to Mowe. So it was while I was in Mowe that the police came to apprehend us. I even thought that it was because we left with the man's phone, that was why they came to apprehend us, and we gave them the phone and the SIM card, only to find out later that that time that we thought he was pretending, he was already dead. For stealing from a man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was the first time ever that we've even tried to steal from anybody.